And if y'all don't know who I am, my name is Melissa Milo. I'm an ambassador diamond or whatever in the company.
Or whatever, right.
I've been in for
whatever.
So 7.5 years. And when I started, I had a boutique that I thought was so smart to drop out of college and open this boutique because it was my dream. And I worked my boutique all day long and made zero money. So then I became a realtor, got my real estate license, and I sold one home in 1 year. And literally, you guys, I was working at least 15 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I barely started admitting this to people, but I had a cheapy, like less than $500 a month apartment. And I would eat cans of corn or beans or whatever for dinner at night. Like, it was really, really, really sad. Fortunately, my grandmother lived in the same town as me, so sometimes I could go to her house, she would feed me, and I would load up on leftovers, like pack them up, and I would stock my fridge. And I didn't do that a ton. I felt really bad for taking advantage of her, even though she loved it, she feeds people. That's what grandparents do. Like, they're like, here, eat all the cookies, eat the whole dozen. That makes me happy, Anyone else have a grandparent like that? That was my grandmother.
Yeah, they'd be like, shop in my cupboard, my pantry.
Yeah, exactly. So it was just a very dark time in my life. I thought I was living my dream. I literally made no money. I missed out on all of my friends' birthday parties, showers, weddings, blah, 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 because I could not afford gifts and I could not afford time to take off for them. So I was actually very, very depressed, and I had a breakdown, and I told God, I was like, this life, it sucks. I thought it was my dream, but this is horrible. Like, I do not want to live my life like this. It's miserable. I'm not happy, period. I have a million knots in my back at all times because I can't even afford to freaking go buy coffee. And this business basically fell on my lap, and I was like, I spent $100 on stupid things in the past for my store inventory or whatever. And I didn't understand the business, so foreign to me. And I did nothing my first month. Then I went to a training and actually took time to learn what I had gotten into. And when I did that, a light bulb went off and things just clicked. So I applaud you guys for being on these kind of things and feeding yourself for learning, because you've got to do that to know what you're doing. And once things clicked, I was like, oh my gosh, at that first training, I was like, this is what's going to save me from retail hell. And I'm getting out of this. I'm done with this life. I'm moving on. Done. I'm done being stressed like this, period. So then I just, even working, 15 plus hours a day, 7 days a week, I did what I could around that schedule, worked my tail off, and started making, 5 figures a month at my 8-9 month mark. And the rest is history. And that's just kind of my story in a little nutshell. And I'm not saying that's everyone's story. Like, we all have our own journey, so don't compare it to mine. It's just, when things clicked with me and I knew this is what was going to save me, that's what I use this to save me. And it can absolutely do whatever you want in your life. Don't be scared to dream big, because this is where you can make more money than any industry out there. And that, at this point, that might not be you. That wasn't me in the beginning. honestly, I joined this because I wanted to be able to walk into Starbucks and get that prestigious cup of coffee with as many freaking pumps of whatever pumpkin spice that I wanted. I'm not even kidding. Like, when you're that broke, you're like, I just want to hold a Starbucks coffee, like,
Wow. This is like amazing. Melissa, I give you so much credit. Like, seriously, like that is just what you overcame and like how far you've come. Like, that is awesome. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
It really is.
Thank you.
So, I mean, I can only imagine, because I've obviously had some difficulties too financially in the past. This is Lindsay, by the way. I don't know.
You all
I don't
hear
know.
me?
We haven't. So, but yeah. So just, but that's that you must. I can only imagine what that must have been like, So I mean, I just think it's wonderful. I'm not trying to take up the conversation, but it's wonderful to hear that that's where you are. Like you've come that far. So.
Thank you. I love hearing that this, like, my journey has helped other people versus like getting no feedback at all. This is awesome. Like, literally, I'm not kidding when I just wanted to be able to go into Starbucks and get a good coffee a few times a week, because a treat to me at that point was going to McDonald's and getting $1 coffee every once in a while. And that's freaking pathetic, So that's why I joined. I never in a million years thought this is what I was going to be doing. Retail is my thing. Fashion is my thing. Beauty is my thing. But God has different plans than you have. And like 100%. So I, got to where I could pay for my Starbucks coffee. Then obviously I was like, this is way bigger than that. This can save me from all my financial stress. And I just kind of went from there. So that's where I was at. So does anyone have any questions about that so far? And y'all are all muted, so you have to unmute yourself if you want to ask a question.
I unmuted myself real quick, Mel.
Perfect.
Can you hear me okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay, my internet sucks, so I just want to make sure. I did just want to say a few things. I have some questions that were given to or post in the chat if you prefer before we get started. For those of you, I don't know that any of you have had a chance to meet Mel, but she is one of the most amazing people in my life. So the fact that you guys get to be on here with her is incredible. I mean, I'm going to have her explain a little bit more about, love you, what Ambassador Diamond or whatever means, because she kind of brushes it off, but it is a huge accomplishment. And I hope that all of you can attend conference this year, because that's how Melissa and I met each other. We hung out into the wee hours of the morning at conference together, and it was so much fun. Before we start too, I also want to say congratulations to the green team. You guys worked so hard last month, and you earned this. And I hope you guys keep working just as hard this month. So I just wanted to say those few things before we get started. But Melissa, could you just explain like what Ambassador Diamond is? Like, what is the end? Like, how did you get there? What does that mean?
So congratulations, green team. I'm so proud of y'all. Any kind of like winnings like this is like, so amazing. So Ambassador is just the top level of the company, as far as like, distributor, executive, Ruby, blah, 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 Ambassador. The average income is around $38,000 a month. And the charts have changed this year, so it looks different, but I can just tell you guys, like, if you do a hard push of work now, and in spurts and from rank to rank. If you're in momentum now, like you guys are, don't stop. Don't stop till you get to the top. Don't depend on anybody and keep going. Just go rank to rank to rank as you can. As you push, it's all up to you in your mind. It's not up to anyone else. It's not up to your team. It's not up to your upline. It's not up to your sideline. It's all up to you. Just keep pushing as hard as you can until you get to the top and beyond, because there's no cap in this business. I've had so many jobs where, you once a year, corporate America, once a year, you get a little review, you might get a little quarter raise or something. You can pretty much set the tone for your paycheck in this. And granted, it's business. There's highs, there's lows, all of that. But it took a lot of hard work. I'm not going to lie. Just like going diamond, double, triple. It takes, and beyond, it takes a lot of hard work. But this temporary work that's like pushing hard will get you to a long-term residual income. And, that's where it's at these days. We get to do this around our day. If I was still working, I could still do this around my day, making extra income. Why not? Why not try to learn and put the extra effort into it and stay consistent? That's the key. It's not like a job where you're trading your time for money. You'll be working hard to see a little bit of pay, and then all of a sudden it builds up and it totally flips on you, and you're like, holy crap, I'm making way more money than I'm actually working. What the heck? Y'all know, Mandy, you know, Ashley. It's just incredible. And that's the concept that's hard for some people to wrap their brains around. So I just want y'all to hear me out when it's like, okay, you're like, it's such an easy, simple business. We do these things. We learn how to talk to people. We have conversations. We put people on our list. If our list is growing, that's progress. We follow up. We add people to our list. We follow up. And then you get into your seeds planting season and then your harvest. People sign up. And with that process, if you know and trust that process and know that you're doing the right things in this business in that order, or, you hear the process and you know what it is, you'll be golden. You guys are engaged and you're on this Zoom. We need each other because we are like-minded, right? We all know that we're in the same business. It's kind of like, one of you guys tell me what your job is, like your full-time job is currently. I need an example. Anybody?
I'm a stay-at-home mom, so that doesn't count.
Okay, well, that's great. We're going to use stay-at-home.
I'm a preschool teacher.
You're a teacher. Okay, stay-at-home mom, teacher, and a teacher. Okay, so we're going to start with stay-at-home moms. Okay, can you have a good conversation with me as a stay-at-home mom? No, I don't have kids. When moms talk to me about the puking everywhere and the shit on the wall and all that, I'm like, whoa, what does that mean? You got 2 hours of sleep last night? I got 10. What? We can't relate, right? You want to talk to other moms and give each other advice. And you want to be around other moms so y'all can relate, give each other tips on how to get more sleep, what to feed your kid, how to change their diaper, if you need teepee-peepees, whatever they're called. That's being like-minded. You need each other. just like being a teacher. You're like, oh crap, what's a frustrating day? Man, these kids, I can't believe them today. Can you believe what they did? Give us a great, funny example, Mandy.
Oh my God. They're just, first of all, they're insane. I have 3 to 5-year-olds, so they're preschool kids, and they are absolutely nuts right now because some of these kids are so ready for kindergarten. It's not even funny. And we've had them for 2, sometimes almost 3 years. So they are like bouncing off the walls, totally done with us, done with that classroom. They are just done. So they are just off the wall. And you're like, oh my God, head is spinning like all day.
So what's something funny
So,
that
yeah.
happened that one of them did?
Oh God, I don't know. There's one little girl that walks around and she'll be like, so remember yesterday when I puked? I'm like, no. Just random stuff. They're just goofy. They're just so silly. But we have goodbye circles. Instead of doing like one big graduation thing, we have a goodbye circle for every single child who's leaving. So it's all separate. So it's like tear jerkers all the time. So you're saying goodbye to them one at a time. That's the hardest part, I think.
Oh.
But
See, so if
yeah.
you're a teacher, you can really relate to that because, like, oh yeah, well, you know what my kid in my classroom did today? This little boy that's here 3 times a week, this is what he did, blah, blah, blah. So you need each other in the same industry. There's so much negativity in the world, or people that have their own issues. They're jealous. They're not nice. They're not patient. They're, not good friends. There's so much negativity out there that you need this tribe. Y'all have a great tribe right here. You need each other. And as soon as you start pulling away, that's when your business is going to suffer because you've got to stay connected to each other. I don't know how I got off on this tangent, but it's really important. If there's one thing I can say is you need each other, and you guys have got to stay connected to each other. And if someone recognizes somebody else not being engaging and you haven't seen them in the chat for a day or 2, call them out. Say, hey, what's going on with you? I miss you. You're my friend. Come on back. You got to hold each other accountable. That's all I have to say for that question. I don't even know what the question was.
No, that was perfect. But I do want everything. I do want our entire team just to take just a second and reflect on the fact that Melissa told us she is the top rank in the company, and she is sitting here on Zoom with us in the top 150 income earners in the entire company. Like, that is crazy, and the time out of her day for us. I've been in a few other marketing companies before, and I tell you, this would never happen. So just take a second and think about that. I'm gonna tell Melissa the first question I have here. I guess it's the second. How do you stay at our company, and how many hours a day or week do you work?
How do you stay excited? Is that what you're asking?
Uh-huh.
Okay, question 1. When you're on an excited high, write it out and take advantage of that. And I'll be honest, I'm not always excited. Are you kidding me? I'm not. Just to be honest. I mean, right now when you're new and you are excited, or you've just hit a new rank, are y'all cutting out at all, or is it just my?
No, I think it's kind of in and out.
Yeah, it's cutting out on my side too.
That's so weird. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not excited all the time, but you know what? I make sure for me, this business, when I started, I was just all about the money, obviously, because I was so dead broke, literally. So, so now it's shifted for me, and it's the fun for me. Just like Ashley and I meeting at conference, that was a huge drive for me. Meeting all these new people, up and coming leaders, up and coming rock stars that are just killing it. And knowing like Ashley won the contest to go on the It Works Top Earners Cruise with me, I was so excited to take her. And maybe for you guys, it's getting on a Zoom and talking to each other. Have y'all heard of the color personality test?
Mm-hmm.
If y'all haven't taken that,
Yeah.
okay. If you
Gotta
haven't
take
taken
it.
that, figure out what your personality is, because that's what's going to drive you. It can be money and goals. It can be the fun in this business. It can be helping other people. It can be, what's the greens? Those are my least.
It's like you have to know everything.
Okay, helping other people, knowing, being the one that knows all the ins and outs of the roles or whatever. If you ever want to know a detail or role or anything, don't come to me.
You can tell by that comment right there that you're not a green. Or whatever.
So just find what's fun for you and what drives you in this business. And at this point with y'all, you know, being where you're at, you need to definitely do some soul searching. Why did you join this business? And with that why, what would it do for you? And like keep asking yourself, so what it would do for you, but why would it do that for you? And so forth. Keep asking yourself questions and do a big soul search. Because when you have that passion and that drive, and it takes, I'm not kidding, I've had to change mine all the time. I hit a goal, I have to soul search and find that drive for another goal. And, you know, it's sometimes I'm very fast at that, sometimes I'm not. But the key is being disciplined. And you will enroll a lot more, and the business will boom when you are at the height. You're ready, you've decided, you're going emerald, you're going diamond, absolutely. That's when you will go. But for the times when you don't feel like it, you have got to do your daily non-negotiables, adding friends, hosting, interacting, whatever you have on your list that you do daily, you have to keep doing that. Period. I mean, you think a doctor goes into work every day and feels like examining his patients and dealing with his patients? No. Think about your own job. Do you feel like going into teaching every day? No, but you do because of the end result. So what's the end result for you at this point? That's your why. That's what you're doing this for. And you need to make sure that you soul search and find a deep meaning for yourself. What was your question, Ashley? Sorry.
I think that was it.
Okay, cool. I think she's frozen.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, though. You have to be consistent. And even on those days that you're like, I just don't have the energy or I just don't have the drive or whatever, you still have to remember Six's list or your, you know, your absolutes that you definitely have to do every day.
Hours a day or week do you?
Oh, the hours a day. That's a really tough question because it's different for everyone's goals and everyone's ranks. So when I'm doing a hard push, I will temporarily, literally wake up early and work all day around my day and what I have to do until late at night, and I won't sleep what I'm used to. I will sacrifice sleep hours. I will sacrifice girls' night, my favorite shows, whatever, to get to the goal that I'm at. And Ashley, you know this. Like, you cut out the extra hobby stuff temporarily to get to your goal. So for me, like now I have the biggest goal I have this month. Actually, it started mid-April than I've had in a while. And what that looks like for me is I'm used to sleeping in till 10:30 every morning, maybe 11, maybe 12. I'm not gonna lie. I'm waking up at like 7:30 every morning, and I'm getting started on a round and of like my non-negotiables and anything I can think of. And I'm working till probably 11 at night every night because I have really big goals for me this month. That could be for you, going to Emerald, going to Diamond, blah, 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 going up the leadership ranks. But when I'm coasting and I'm not in the height of my excitement, I'm doing my non-negotiables every day, and honestly, that's a few hours a day. So that's the beauty of this business. It's residual. You can not always be on the ground. You do these hard pushes, you get your residual. Hard pushes, get your residual. But when you're in a hard push, please push until you just can't anymore. Because once you stop pushing hard, that's when you don't keep going up. So that's the key. Push as hard as you can, as fast as you can. Success loves speed in this business. Hopefully that helps. Does anyone else have another question?
What does your sixes list look like?
So I have a daily routine, actually. I guess it could incorporate into a six list. That's kind of a new thing that's come up the past few months. So I already have my routine in place. Like I set my alarm for 4 times a day, and I do a post, and I have 5 categories for posts. It's going to be a mixture it's either going to be business, product, personal, motivation, or interactive, or a funny. So I do a mix of that because you do not want to do all product and business at all. Because with the social media platforms, you have to have a good mix of people participating on your stuff and you participating on their stuff.
And Melissa, will you repeat that again?
Because
I'm taking notes. So will you repeat what it is that you do, business, the personal, really quick?
So product, business, personal, motivation, or interactive. And sometimes instead of motivation, I'll do like a funny, like something hilarious. And within my profile, if you look, I have kind of a theme that goes on. And I post a lot about my dogs. French Bulldogs are my thing. So if you kind of have a thing, it might be Gilmore Girls, or your thing might be cats, or whatever. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just find something that you can post about here and there that people can register, like, oh, my friend Melissa loves French Bulldogs. So I get tagged in French Bulldog stuff all the time by people I don't even know. It's insane. I'm like, what is this? But hey, they know me, they're tagging me. I'll take it, and can you give me some referrals while you're at it? But 4 alarms. I do 3 or 4 alarms a day, and I rotate that sequence of posts 3 or 4 times a day. Within those rounds, I make sure and add a certain number of friends. That's going to be different for everybody. And your friends, when you're in your first few years, you want to add new friends from suggested friends or your favorite group that you're in. Like I'm in a local French Bulldog group. I know I can relate to them, so that's where I add a lot of my friends, because when I see their puppy on my news feed, I'm like, oh, my heart, where is she? I'm going to meet up with you. Like, oh my God. So post, add friends, comment on 10 to 20 things in newsfeed and stories now. And posting goes along with stories. You'll post and that will go in your stories too. Posting, add friends, interact. Every day I do happy birthdays. I do not write on people's walls. I send a direct message that says, happy birthday, I hope you have an awesome day. Do you have any cool plans? And that opens the door for a conversation that's non-business and creates a relationship. And then they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, or no, I'm actually just gonna hang out with my kids, or blah, blah, blah. The more positive you can be, the more compliments you can give, the more you can make someone else's day special, the more it's gonna come back on you, if that makes sense. So that's like that daily routine that's non-negotiable. Then before I go to sleep every night, I go to my product or business post or both for the day, whatever I posted on Facebook and Instagram. And some of you might just have one platform, which is great. And I look at the people that liked it. I take a screenshot. I send them a message and say, hey, thanks for love on my post. Do you have any questions about this awesome weight loss coffee? I have a couple product tester spots open. And they may reply, they may not, they may ask questions, whatever, but that just helps me generate more leads. And also, daily, I have my own goal of how many new people I want to reach out with towards being a customer or distributor. Every day. I don't care if it's 2 people a day, 5, 10. Every day, have that goal to talk to new people. Recruiting is our #1 thing you need for growth. You got to take care of your team, work with your team. I get that. But recruiting is your #1 thing that you need to be working on. So that's kind of my routine. Does anyone have any questions about that?
Do you have any tricks on like how to, okay, I know this might sound silly, but on tricks on how to find rich people on social media?
Rich people?
Like I've been trying to find like groups.
My country club folks.
Yes, I really have too, Mandy. I've been trying to figure out how to search like and find groups of like those rich like Orange County ladies. You know what I mean? Like,
That's hilarious.
The ones that don't care.
yeah.
Well, I was gonna say I've heard of like websites called sugardaddy.com.
Christy, you're like,
That's
Sugar daddy.
funny.
Honestly, it doesn't even matter. Go to Revlon and add their people. It's kind of a mindset thing. When I started this, I was so broke. I didn't sell anything except the wraps because I assumed everyone else was broke too. It was just in my head. People are willing to spend money. You know, you can't assume or prejudge. So you need to ask those questions and don't sell yourself short. Always, always give them the options. Don't overtalk or word vomit, but ask those questions. Like say, you know, that big new post is out about, hey, if you could take 2 pills a day, and lose 30 pounds in 90 days, would you do it? Okay, say you get those leads. You're going to message them and say, hey, here's a screenshot of the new hot metabolism booster. Ask questions. Do you have a goal in mind of how many pounds you want to lose? Oh, great. I love that you have a specific goal in mind. So do you try to eat healthy or work out any? Then they're going to give you the answer. And then you're going to say, okay, I am so glad that I'm able to see your goals and lifestyle. So here are some options for you besides the metabolism, just so you know. We have a great gentle 2-day cleanse. We have fat fighters that block some carbs and fats from your cheat meals. So whether they eat healthy or not, you say cheat meals because everybody cheats, let's be honest. We have weight loss keto coffee or creamer. That's all you need to say there because that's self-explanatory. Greens for excellent nutrition and detox. I don't know if I'm missing anything. I'm doing this from the top of my head. But you'll just say that, and then you'll say, do you have any questions about anything? And they'll either say yes, blah, 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 blah. So you'll go through their questions. Okay, do you have a budget in mind for your 40 pounds down weight loss goal? You're reminding them of their goals. Like, let's get real. If someone wants to lose 40 pounds, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, I probably can't just spend like $10. So that helps with that. And if they won't give you a budget, say, okay, well, let me just pull you the pricing for you. And you'll always, always do a list with the product, say the full price and the product tester price. And after you go there, because you already listened to their lifestyle and their goals, you never go straight to pricing. So after that, when you list it out, you'll say, are you familiar with the product tester special? That's it. This is easy. Our conversations are repetitive and easy. Like you can literally copy and paste in your phone notes replies. So then they'll say, no, I have no idea what the product tester special is. And the best thing I've learned in all my years with this is you'll say, okay, no problem. You get to choose anything you like from our 40 products each month for at least 3 months, and I'll give you my same heavy discount, keywords, heavy discount of 40 to 45% off. Are you willing to tell me how it's going along the way over the 90 days for a testimonial in exchange? And they'll be like, yes. And so you're like, awesome. I'm going to make a unique link with the discounts for you right now. So we've got the metabolism booster, and, you know, depending on y'all's conversation, sometimes you just have to decide for people. Their budget was blah, blah, blah. Make their cart for them. I put greens after any kind of product, above and beyond any product, honestly. Greens have done wonders for all kinds of types of different issues and people. That's just my personal thing. So I will create a cart if they gave me a budget, or I'll say I'm making your unique link to send you, and you know, might be like, what do you want to incorporate with that to get the fastest results for your 40 pounds goal or whatever. And if you don't know how to make a link in your Connect app in the cart, that's something you need to learn next, because you guys, y'all have no idea. The company has made things so freaking easy for us if we just work. Y'all have no idea. We didn't even have functioning websites for a while. Things used to be a lot more difficult than they are now. It's incredible that we can open an app, put a contact in to our app, and then create a cart for them and send them a link, and they just check out. It's insane to me. So that's that. Does anyone have questions about that subject so far? No? Okay.
Okay, I have a real quick thing. I know
Okay.
I'm talking a lot. Sorry.
No, you're good. The more questions, the better. Let's learn while we're on here, you know?
So I think I'm in a bad habit. Tell me if I'm wrong or not. And I try to stop myself sometimes when I'm giving people their options on what I believe is best for customizing with what they want, their products. And I sometimes throw in there, you don't have to feel obligated like to get the extra stuff. That's
Oh,
like
yeah,
really
you're
bad,
killing
isn't
your
it?
own self.
Yeah, that is, isn't it? That's, I've only done it a couple times, but I feel bad. And then after I did it, I was like, that's probably not good to do.
But why do you feel bad? You just got to change your mindset right there. You can be helping this person lose this weight that they have been trying to lose for so long, or feeling better, having more energy, or just feeling better about themselves as a whole being on products, you know? Are you,
Yeah.
what have you tried that you love personally?
I'm in love with the wraps. Like those are like my ultimate favorite, and I love the keto coffee.
What has that done for you?
I've lost 10 pounds since I
Why
started doing
deprive
it.
that from anyone else?
You're right. It's my mind frame completely. Like I don't know why I think that way. Like sometimes I don't know if it's maybe I'm like I don't want to push them too much, and lose them buying one product by scaring them with multiple. Maybe like
But what's pushing them by just telling them their options?
You're right. It is definitely a mind frame state of mind that I need to get out of from that, because it's to have a great combination of products that work best for you is like the best thing ever. So,
and you know that, Miss 10 pounds down.
I love it. It's absolutely amazing. And I love these products. So I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe I'm just scared of losing a customer. Does that make sense? I don't know.
No.
You don't know.
You lost 10 pounds on these products. Wouldn't you love to help everyone else lose 10 pounds?
Yes, definitely.
You've got this, girl. You can do it. Luckily, we do so much through messaging now. When you find yourself thinking that way, I know it's hard to get out of the habit. You can train yourself to look at your own results pictures and remind yourself 10 pounds, even if you have to put on your chart 10 pounds down. Reminders. Just remind yourself that, and you got it, girl.
People love those.
Financially and physically, we want to help people. So
yeah, people love the personal post so much, and that makes such a huge difference. Oh, just heard you a little bit. Is that you, Ash?
Heard me a little bit?
Little bit.
I think I'm going to call in. I think I'm going to call in. My internet is being so bad.
with your landline.
Yep. That's right, a home phone.
Okay.
I wanted to tell Chris.
What's the next question you guys have for me? We have 10 minutes.
Sorry, I'm trying to get on. I don't know if you can hear me.
We can.
Oh, you can?
Yep.
Real
can.
quick for Christy. I heard that on someone else's Zoom. I don't remember whose it was, Christy, but I've also heard the tactic of you're talking to them about one product and you don't want to push them too far. with that product, get their card information, and then at the end, you can always say, like, oh my gosh. Sorry,
That
guys.
stinks.
Did we lose Ashley?
That's okay.
It's
I mean,
That's okay.
I'm sorry if we lost her, but I know a lot of y'all had other questions, so y'all can just pop in. That way we can utilize our time.
What,
You know? Oh, okay.
do I raise my
Go ahead.
Shelly.
as far as being, sometimes like someone's super excited about the products and then they just kind of ghost me. So how do you deal with that?
Oh, yeah, I can go see all the time. So now that I've been in, you know, and I've signed so many people, the more you do and the more you work, the more confident you become in it. So if you notice that you don't work for a few days, you kind of retract a little. Your confidence goes down. So the more that you do and the more actions you do, the more confident you'll be. However, when I first started this, I knew I wasn't getting results myself because I was so broke. My auto ship, I sold. I got wraps and I sold because I needed the money so freaking bad. But I saw other people's results all the time. And I used those results and was so amazed by it, and it fueled me. So for me, I played a game with it. And I was like, this is the game I played in my mind for those kind of people. You have no idea what you're missing at all, physically, financially. Good luck, you'll be back. That's what I always told myself. And honestly, when you're talking to so many people, you don't really notice who doesn't comment back to you when you're working hard or who doesn't reply back to you. And who cares? You're not making your paycheck, you know? Why let someone else, the feelings you have for someone not replying, determine your paycheck?
So just keep talking to more people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's a numbers game. The more people you talk to, the more people you're going to sign. The whole process of our business, you talk to people. Who knows who's going to respond, who's not, who's going to get busy, who's going to, you know, have whatever reason they have. But when someone comments on your stuff, or you have a conversation with someone, always put them down on your potential list. So your list is growing because you're talking to people. Then you're going to go back and you're going to follow up with those people. That's the seed planting season. Follow up. Add people to your list. Follow up. Sign some people. Add more people to your list. Follow up. Add more people to your list. Sign some people. That's the whole process of our business. And when you understand that concept, and it does take patience, you will know to trust the process and you'll go far in that. If your list isn't growing, you aren't going to grow. You cannot have a potential list and be stuck on that list. I've had people before that are like, I'm going to go diamond and get the $10,000 bonus. And I'm like, how many people people have you talked to about the business? 10. I'm like, how many people responded and are on your potential list that you had a conversation with? Well, I have 5 potential DTs and I need 15 or whatever. I'm like, okay, honey, That is so cute, but you have got to talk to more people than that. And you can't prejudge. I looked like I had my stuff together having a boutique. I never let on to my friends and most of my family that I was like depressed, rolling out of bed in the morning, opening cans of corn for dinner to eat at night. You know, you never know where people are at. And it's not, what's the worst that people can do? They're either going to ignore you.
Say no.
What, Mandy?
Say no. You know, they could ignore you, they could say no, but that could possibly mean yes later.
And most people won't even flat out say no. They'll say, well, I'm really busy right now, blah, blah, blah. That's not a no. That's a not right now. People's lives are constantly changing, which is what's so crazy about this business. I've had people on my potential list that have signed that day to weeks later or months later and even years later when they're like, I know, I had this one girl, she's like, I had my massage therapist. I was doing massages for years and years, but you know what? I'm just like so tired of working all the time. I kind of want some extra income. Like I want to be able to go to Vegas when I want. So she joined this after I had been talking to her for 10 years. And that's not everyone, obviously, but you just never know. You don't know. People's lives are always changing. Look at your friends. Look at your own life. People go through divorces, job changes, their kids' change schools, you know, so many things changing all the time. You just never know when the right timing is for someone. And that's not for you to determine. Your job is to have conversations with them and follow up with them. Anyone have any?
I mean, I said no to Ashley probably 10, 12 times from the time I met her and she started asking me. Ashley said no to, you know, Megan how many times? For a long time.
Yep,
and
Ashley
I mean,
sure did.
you know.
Yep.
Yeah, so just think about your own, how long, like your own thoughts on, think about how many conversations you had with your sponsor or your own life, what happened in your life to finally be like, yeah, I'll try this out, you know? So that's kind of something to think about.
Hey, Melissa, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, I'm on my landline. I'm good. There was another question. I know we're running short on time, but one of the other questions that I don't think we've touched on yet is when you have someone that's done their auto shipments or tried the products and they're just really not happy with it, nothing you say changes it. They just, I mean, how do you deal with that? What do you do?
Okay, ask questions. It's just like any industry out there. Say someone comes to you, we'll say a teacher, for example, and they're like, I don't know how to read. Well, how many different ways can you teach them how to read that they respond to? Kind of the same concept. Ask them questions. Okay, I gotcha. So you don't, the ThermoFi X is not dropping weight on you at all. What is your stress level? Is it high, low, medium, blah, blah, blah? Well, okay, so are you eating healthy? Are you working out any? Ask questions to solve the problem. You can't assume, you don't know what they're doing over there, you know? Maybe they don't like, okay, I didn't like the taste of the coffee pods. It's way too sweet for me. But you know how I solve that? Instead of saying, oh, I hate these things, I warm a little bit of almond milk in my coffee mug and then I run the salted caramel pod thing. So that's just one example of how to problem solve and not just automatically freak out about it. Think about it first. Like, Oh, they think the coffee pods is too sweet. How can we solve this? Ask around. You have group chats, you have pages, blah, blah, blah. Say, hey, I have a customer that really does not like the coffee pod. She thinks it's so sweet. Okay, this is what you need to do. Tell her, oh my gosh, I thought they were sweet too when I first tried them, so this is what I do. I warm up a little bit of milk, almond milk, whatever kind of milk, in my mug first, and then I do the pod thing through my Keurig. And that has really totally been a game changer for me. It's not near as sweet, and hey, I'm still working on losing my, then go back in their history, working towards my losing 10 pounds goal. Problem solved. Does that help at all? You've always got to think positive about things. And
Yeah.
y'all are needed. Does anyone else have any questions about that? If you have an unhappy customer, you also give them the list of options, and they can always, you know, after you problem solve, if they're just not having it, you say, well, we can switch out your products. Here's a list. What would you like to try? We have something for everything. What do y'all think? Ashley's on her landline, cutting out.
Well, I personally think you're fantastic.
Oh, thank you. I think.
And I've learned so much tonight. I've been taking notes as fast as I can. I'm gonna have to go back. I hope somebody's recording, because I'm gonna need to go back and re-listen to all of this.
I'm so happy. Thank you.
Holy shit, you're fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that, because I'm always like, I don't know if what I'm saying is helping anyone.
No. Christy and I have been texting back and forth, and we're like you're fantastic. We're learning so much, and I feel like now my momentum, because of you tonight, is like, okay, I got this. Tomorrow I'm like gonna start some new things. I'm setting alarms. Like,
well, this started with you, because you chose to get on and feed to yourself, feed your motivation, feed your learning. So I'm proud of you.
Thanks, babe.
I'm so happy to meet all you guys. So I'm going to hop off unless y'all have one last question for me. Anybody? Going once?
Thank you, Melissa, so much. This was